the governor must put in place systems that will ensure that the implementation is closely monitored and tracked, the performance indicators are tracked, and the reports on deliverables made public. Well, my name is Paul Masese. I'm the convener of Nakuru County Civil Society Forum and also the Chief Executive Officer at the Center for Enhancing Democracy and Good Governance. Performance contracting is a very good accountability framework because it sets out the standards, it sets out the achievables, that it sets the targets that each member of the County Executive Committee would be held responsible for. So to us as civil society, this is a very important exercise, and that perhaps explains why we have been actively following to see to it that it happens. So today's signing of this contract for us marks the beginning of an accountability journey. This is where we start asking, did what was signed to delivered? And because of that, we require that the performance contracts are made public, so that every citizen of Nakuru is able to fall back and see what their county executive committed to deliver on. In the next 1 year, it should be clear, this is what we expect from agriculture, this is what we expect from each of the 10 departments. That to us is very important. Listening to the governor, I think she's very clear about what she wants delivered. I like the fact that she emphasized the need for improving budget performance. Nakuru County has been rated rather poorly when it comes to budget absorption. Every year, we perform so well in terms of absorbing operations and not operations, but recurrent budgets. But when it comes to development budgets, we have had a lot of rollover. So one of the things that I liked about what the governor said is that she's going to push the executive to ensure they deliver 30% development budget absorption. That's very important. The emphasis on ending corruption through automation is important. One of the ways the county has continued to lose resources is through leakages that are occasioned by handling of cash. It's often you go out here, you get the people are managing our car parks. Sometimes they will ask you, do you want to pay through the system or car? Actually, the first question they ask you, for how long are you going to be here? So the intention is that if you are not going to spend long in town, you pay them some money and then you don't pay to the county. So this has to be checked. We need to see more automation so that we avoid or we reduce revenue leakages. The whole idea about having to deal with land grabbers, public property has to be managed so that we safeguard land. So those are important commitments coming from the county government. And of course, signing this contract is not the end. What we are looking forward to are positive outcomes. How is service delivery going to improve? That's one thing as civil society will begin to check. How are people's livelihoods going to change? That to us is very important. How is the general state of the county going to be like? Are we going to continue having poor roads? Are we going to continue having poor drainage systems? Are we going to continue having poor service delivery in our health facilities? So the governor must put in place systems that will ensure that the implementation is closely monitored and tracked, the performance indicators are tracked, and the reports on deliverables made public. It doesn't help to come here, celebrate the signing, if we are not going to have a system that will ensure tracking of the performance indicators and the reports being made public, so that the voters in Nakuru then can use the performance contract to gauge the performance of the county government and to hold the governor to account. In the end, the theory of social contract is now being operationalized, so that the people who voted for the governor are able to demand accountability and to monitor performance.